Let's do some news. My name is Mike B, aka Fony. Today's day is February 26, 2021. The time is 3:21 p.m. 1521. That is Pacific Standard Time. Cleanse chat. Shh, 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 shh. Go. Shh. Hi, YouTube. Oh my god. Well, I guess speaking of the internet being a mistake, Twitter announces super follows that let you charge for tweets. Oh. What? Did you guys hear about this? It was blown up, dude. RIP Twitter has been trending for days now. Since this, it's like it's a 26. Oh, sorry, for 2 days, but still like nonstop. So Twitter saw OnlyFans, which is basically just like a Twitter tweet style account, right? And they were like, hold up, you could charge for these tweets. And people are upset because they're like, I don't have an edit button. Which, by the way, just proofread your shit. I proofread and I still miss stuff, and you know what I do? I live with it. Sure, some people might think, wow, Mike B can't spell. But you know what? It's been 2 fucking decades since I've been in school, all right? It's been a long time. Then went to the army, which made me dumber, all right? Because no one could spell in the army. So, now on the internet, when none of y'all can fucking spell either. So, deal with it. And Valheim, yes, Valheim. We'll talk about Valheim later. So Twitter announces that coming soon, or coming at a time, we don't know when, there's 2 features they're going to put in, right? One is going to be a groups feature, similar to Facebook groups, which has gotten Facebook in trouble a number of times. They want to do this to enhance the new user experience. So when you log in, you can say, right now, if you probably, you guys have already seen, you can follow topics. So like, for example, I'll get bugged. It's like, oh, do you want to, like, I'll make one comment about some random sport or something, or I'll like some random tweet because it's funny about some random sport that I don't watch, and then I'll get like, do you want to follow the NBA topic? It's like, no, I don't want to follow that. I don't care about the NBA. All I care about is Stephen A. Smith burner account. That's all I care about. But Twitter doesn't understand this, so they push topics. And previously, that was the way that they could get people engaged into different accounts, because they'll send you notifications and they'll make you follow all these different lists and all this. But now they want to go the group route, where basically you can join up with a bunch of people. There'll probably be think of it like maybe a subreddit or something. We have no details, by the way, but I'm guessing it's going to be like r/gaming, r/Valheim, right? It'll be like that. Now with Twitter being relatively open to allowing you to post explicit content, I feel like they're walking a pretty thin line here. I don't know how they're going to release it, but I can imagine there's going to be some kind of controversy that we'll see in the next few years about how there are these Twitter groups that were sharing some kind of explicit content that was blank, right? Whether it's illegal or whether it's inappropriate or whatever. Like, it could be something like just incredibly terrible, or it could be something like, mega drive files or links to complete dumps of somebody's OnlyFans account, right? So it could range. But when you give people an option or an opportunity to form these groups, and create these groups and invite people and all that stuff, like that's what's going to happen. Facebook, again, also had their own issues. They've had several issues with private groups for a variety of different reasons. And then, of course, the other feature is paid tweets. They give an example here. I just wonder if I can, let me blow this up for you guys here. Open new tab. Whoop. So here is an example of a super followers system. So it says right here, it says you could super follow Regina Lennox. It says Regina Lennox will earn money from your super follow, and you'll receive the listed perks as a thank you for your support. You'll get a supporter badge. You'll get subscriber only newsletters. You'll get exclusive content and deals and discounts and community access for $4.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Oh, hi, babe. Sure. It's beer clock already. $4.99 a month, cancel anytime. And this is right here is an example tweet. 2 super followers got an exclusive sneak peek for all my beautiful super followers. Check out the trailer before anyone else. Only super followers can view and reply. Now, is this a bad thing? We don't like change. Change is bad. For example, Twitter stories, whatever they're called, fleets, is bad. That's bad, right? Nobody uses them. I follow like 1,000 people, and there's like 3 people that post regularly. But this, like, we already have Patreon and we have OnlyFans. This would give another opportunity for creators to make money from a creator standpoint, right? Want to know how to make money quick? Pay for my super follow tweet and find out. Yeah, just thank you, Top. Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna see shit like that for sure. More spam. How thirsty you have to be to pay for Twitter to get that. I had a discussion about this the other day, and someone joked that they can finally simp for Bella Delphine on Twitter now. I, however, is just hoping that I don't have to super follow Elon Musk. Well, so that's the way that they're pitching it, is that you are not going to have to pay in order to follow. You can be a super follower. For example, like Twitch, right? You don't have to be a sub in order to be here to watch a stream, right? I can make sub-only content, but like emotes and whatnot. Thank you so much. PB and Jams. I have not had this one. Did you take a sip?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, hold on a second. Beer clock. Cheers, by the way, chat. Oh, that's really weird.
It's weird.
Yeah. Wow, it does have like a bit of a sweetness to it. A beat is great from Louisiana. Wow. Huh. Damn. All right, well. Cheers again. Wow, that's an interesting one. Well, gotta put it in the sleeve. You guys know how it goes. My favorite. So, you don't have to pay. But thinking about this from the perspective of maybe not a video game person. I don't know what I would tweet from my gaming account that would be worthy of paying. However, if the option was available there and people wanted to maybe support me through Twitter instead of supporting me through Twitch or Patreon or YouTube or whatever else, the option would be there for it. Or OnlyFans, yeah. But on my photography Twitter, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Just put titties out. Perfect. Now, I do wonder, one thing that they have to do is come out with a system that promotes the fact that you sent a super tweet, which sucks for you guys, right? Like, and even me as a user of the service, because there has to be a way for this person to alert the non-subscribers that there was a subscriber-only tweet. But there's only so many ways you could communicate to your followers on Twitter. Typically, it's what? A tweet. So it's very possible that you'll see a super followers tweet and then a reply that's not a super followers tweet that'll say, here's a preview of what's above or all this stuff. And so you're gonna end up getting spammed on Twitter for, because people are cross promoting tweets on their own system. So that's something that they need to figure out how to make that work so it's not intrusive to you guys and myself and everybody else who just wants to browse Twitter. Should be shown in the feed in some fashion. Sure, yeah. I don't want to see like so and so tweeted a super follower tweet and nothing else. Like that for me as the user. That's I feel like that's a little too much, especially on the photography side, because I follow a lot of models and I know that that's going to be something that my feed is just going to be just like super follower tweet, super follower. It's like, what the fuck am I even using Twitter for? I can't even see anything. So that's a hurdle they're gonna have to jump, like, and they have to make it make sense. They have to make it make sense for everybody. They need a way to cross promote. They also need a way not to cloud our feeds. Engagements, man. So I think like most creator would rather have a direct donation rather than giving Twitter a cuts. Well, yeah, for sure. But in doing so, they've allowed Twitter, or they've given Twitter the idea that they should be taking a cut of this. Now, Twitter is not saying that you can't promote OnlyFans and all that stuff on their system. They're not saying that. However, they could suppress some tweets based off of what the content is so that they don't show up in recommended feeds, right? we talked about that a little bit with through the grapevine. I heard that if you include your twitch.tv link in your tweet that you're going live, that it doesn't show up as prominently in recommended if you sort your Twitter feed by recommended, which you shouldn't do. Just do it by latest, okay? Or chronological. And so there was a week there where I went through and I just tweeted that I was going live without the link. And I'm still waiting to get that data, right? Because I have to wait like a week or so for it to kind of like propagate, because people could stop clicking on old ass links, you know, because they're still getting served those links. But initially didn't really seem to make a difference. Now, Twitter's suppressing some tweets. No way. Exactly. I mean, it's just like Instagram does too. Same thing. You could post stuff. They could shadow ban certain hashtags. Like if I make a post on Instagram and I put in hashtag nude photography, I guarantee that shit's not going to show up in a lot of feeds. Absolutely not. No way. No fucking way. Man, this is really weird beer. It's good. Wow, really sweet. Rip Twitter. That's right. Facebook is doing it with political stuff too. Yeah. For users need to see what they're missing out on, so they get the urge to go buy it. So probably show a blank message like when you have a mature filtered tweet and it says that there was a super chat here. See, that's what I don't want to see. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to see that. But they have to figure out some way to do it. They have to. Just trying to keep me on platform instead of switching to Twitch when you see go live. Like, yeah, they want me to stream on Twitter. That's what they want to do. Speaking of, so Apple subpoenas Valve as part of its legal battle with Epic, and Valve fights back. Now, this is a week-old article, okay? I have an update on this. So if you know the update, I just caught up on this right before the stream. I saved these articles, and I was like, maybe I won't like cover it, because once you get into like legal stuff, it kind of gets a little convoluted. And then of course, like, I'm not a lawyer, so for me to like explain some of this stuff doesn't really like work out. So let me start at the beginning. We covered this part. Not a lawyer. That's right. Not a lawyer, aka Mike B here. So last year, November, we talked about how Apple and Epic started going at it, right? Remember the 1980 Fortnite videos and all that? It was like, first they introduced a way that you could buy currency right through the game, and Apple was like, hell no, and pulled the game from the platform. I actually believe you still can't get the game on the platform. And then Epic immediately released the 1980 Fortnite video saying that, you know, basically showing that they have become exactly who they were fighting against back in the 80s, or back in the early 90s, or whenever that commercial came out. And then followed up with a lawsuit. Like, they were ready. They knew what they were doing. Epic, all in one day, they also announced a lawsuit against Apple for basically infringing on their rights to be able to sell on the platform and all that good stuff. Whatever. Maybe infringing on the rights is not the right word, but again, I anal. So this has been going back and forth. So what does Steam have to do with this? Like, why is Steam is just sitting on the sideline, just. You know what Apple says? Apple says, I need all of your data going back to 2015. Your revenue data, your games, how long they're active for, all of your data. And Valve is just like, me? Apple's like, yeah, you. Why? Well, because you are in a direct competitive market with Epic, and Epic's trying to say that we are committing some kind of anti-competitive market, whatever, legal bullshit. Like, they're Apple's saying that they need Steam's data to prove that you can have multiple competitive markets on the same platform. And it's okay. So it's just a fucking mess. Someone was spoken all the way. They thought this show, dude, it's lawyers. Let me see if I can find the comments here. So here it is. It says, hi, Sunday. So it says, Apple's request 2 is very narrow. It simply requests documents sufficient to show Valve's A, total yearly sales of apps and in-app products. B, annual advertising revenues from Steam. C, annual sales of external products attributable to Steam. D, annual revenues from Steam. And E, annual earnings, whether gross or net, from Steam. Apple has gone as far as requesting this information and in a readily accessible format, but Valve refuses to produce it. And then there was a second request for Valve, right? Request number 32. And it says, A, the name of each app on Steam. B, the date range when the app was available on Steam. And C, the price of the app and any in-app product available on Steam. And Apple goes on to say, Apple argues that this information is necessary for its case against Epic. It is not available elsewhere. And, quote, does not raise risk of any competitive harm. Wow. What the fucking balls? The balls on Apple. Holy shit. So Valve does not agree. And it says here, in a masterpiece of understatement, Valve's legal counsel writes, Apple wrongly claims those requests are narrow. They are not. So, fast forward 1 week. Narrow as the Grand Canyon. That's right, very narrow. So, Apple has salted the earth with subpoenas, says judge, but orders Valve to hand over Steam data anyway. They have until March 4th to comply. Apple's actually going to get the data. However, it's been refined to, I think, 534 titles that are shared between Apple and Epic. And Apple wanted the data going back to 2015. And the judge said, well, Epic launched in 2018, so you don't need 2015 data. And they're like, whoa, okay. Oh, shit. So this is the update. Apple has just getting any data they want from any competitor. Valve argues that they are a private company and this data should be private. And the judge said, you're a private company, meaning you're not publicly traded, but that doesn't make you immune to discovery. Steam had nothing to do with this. The Steam platform had nothing to do with this fight. This was Sweeney versus Tim Apple, and that's all it was. It was them two going at it, and now all of a sudden Steam is getting involved. Valve is getting involved. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Sunday. Ridiculous. Meow. She says, I can't believe Apple is comparing the Steam app to the iPhone. Comparing an app store, the hardware used, the app store, Steam does not equal your computer with the iPhone. Dude, they even say this here. Hold on. Let's see. So it's 436 apps available on both Steam and Epic. Let's see. App available on Steam. And then this is a recap here. So I don't know if I'm going to find it here. But they do say, maybe the previous article, they're like, we don't compete on iOS. Like, we shouldn't be involved in this in any form. 2022 Apple, thank you. Let me go back and read that comment, because that's exactly what I'm saying here. Is that where is it at? See, 2022 Apple opens a game store to compete with Epic and Valve. See, and that's exactly. I mean, they're not. It's not like they've pulled out of the desktop market. They still exist in the desktop market. Apple does, right? They have new iMacs coming out every freaking year. They have the Power Macs or whatever the fuck, like every year. Like, they just because their primary revenue driver is iPhone sales does not necessarily mean that they're not in a market. So for them to get this data is so damaging from a competitive aspect. Even though they said it's not competitive. It's not, we're not going to use it for that stuff. Bullshit. I would appeal that and then sue the judge. That's what it feels. This feels pretty far-fetched. I mean, the judge does say that Apple has salted the earth with subpoenas, right? But it's almost just like, well, they're always doing this, so just give it up. Just do it. It just doesn't make any sense. Now Valve could go after Apple for something of invasion. I don't know. Yeah. This is just what y'all get for buying fruit phones. Epic also getting the data. You know, it's possible that Epic could get the data too. They don't say this in this article, but whenever you go to court with somebody, typically the evidence has to be in discovery, has to be shared with both sides of the argument. So yeah, like this could very well be part of Epic's case as well. So it's fucking crazy. Like this is, I mean, at least it's only like a few hundred titles, but still, like, think about the titles that are shared on both platforms. These are not like small indie games that have, you know, maybe not a lot of reach or something. These are like big titles. If Epic has a title and it is an indie title, it's an indie title like Hades is an indie title, okay? Like these are big small games and AAA games. So this is really, really, really important data that they are going to now have their hands on. Valve even said, like, some of this data we don't even have because we don't need it. Why would we keep some of this data? So, like, yeah, so they have until March 4th to comply with this. I'm guessing, and Apple says that in order for them to meet, they told the judge, in order for them to meet the deadline of March 15th for, you know, I guess for the first hearing or for their case or whatever, they have to have this data by March 4th. So if Valve chooses to fight back, again, Valve was not involved in this at all, then that would force Apple to miss their first date. So this could be a play on Apple to buy time for some reason, by saying, well, Valve couldn't give us the info, so, you know, we can't be there on March 15th. Like that's a maybe thing, right? Like lawyers play games like that. They'll use somebody else as a means to be able to, you know, get over on something else here. Yeah, Steam is still a private, or Valve is still a private company. Yep. Metro satisfactory name a few offhand. Yeah, exactly. This was a confidential clause to protect the data, but let's be fucking real here. Exactly. Yeah. So this was pretty infuriating, like seeing all of this, you know. And yeah, you know, I have an iPhone and all that shit. Sure, yes, I like Apple products and all that stuff, but this, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean I like the company. Like, doesn't mean I like the company. Where am I gonna go? Google? It's still, they're all bad, but still, this is fucked up because these types of cases, right? This could set a precedence for other companies to subpoena unwilling companies for data when they're not even involved in whatever is going on, right? So like Google's probably got a million lawsuits for a million different things, right? And so Google might decide, well, I need to have all of, you know, of Apple's data for blank or whatever. Like anyone's gonna go against Apple for anything. So it's entirely possible that this could set the stage for companies to subpoena data that would otherwise be private from other companies. So it's not good, and it totally feels like Apple is just I don't know, paying the lawyer's debts or some shit, or the judge's debts or some shit. Like it feels wrong. It feels paid for. Something like that. Jeez. You start a company now in the game market as Company X that is a big dog in the field and claim their data. That's right. Imagine Electronic Arts going after Activision. Well, we need their data, you know, because we have a lawsuit with I don't know, name another company, Gearbox. And we need to be able to prove something here. So yeah, it's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. In more positive news, less stupid news. Did you guys see this? This came out this morning. I recognize those balls.
山や海ではポケモンたちが生き生きと暮らしていた。
Temtem 2? Dude. It's Pokemon Legends. It is a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game. Pokemon, my frame rates. People are guessing that this could be a launch, maybe not launch title, but a launch. It's like a company, the Switch Pro, that has been rumored to come out sometime. I know a lot of people were pumped about. I think this looks awesome. I like Breath of the Wild, and I like Pokemon Go. So part of me is like, yeah, like, yeah, I could probably do this. Like, I mean, even in the demo gameplay video, it kind of looks like it's running like 5 FPS. But I think it looks pretty sick. Don't be like Pokemon Go. No. This looks like it's going to be just a straight open world type, again, Breath of the Wild type of approach to Pokemon, which I think makes perfect sense. I mean, it's exactly what you did in the open world with Pokemon Go. So why not add some Breath of the Wild style elements? So I'm turbo pumped, man. This is some turbo proof of concept stuff. Yes, it definitely looks like some turbo proof of concept stuff for sure. But well, still looks pretty neat. Hope it's more than press A. I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there'll be battles and everything. Yeah, I mean, if you ever played any of the old Pokemon RPGs, like there's like plenty of battle stuff. If you ever play WoW, I'm sure there'll be plenty of like Pokemon battle type stuff. No battle stuff was shown off. Well, no, there's a couple instances there where it looked like there might have been, but like, well, no, I think he was just throwing the Pokeball, huh? But I'm sure there's gonna be some actual Pokemon battles for sure. It'd be weird actually to have a game where there's like, I mean, outside of, I guess, Pokemon Go, but you know, you can see a fighter 2 there, yeah, with Lucario. Yeah, I just don't know the format. It's early. We don't know much of anything about it. Other things we don't know much of anything about. Halo is getting a live action series release in 2022 on Paramount Plus. Previously, this was going to be done through Showtime. Showtime and Paramount are owned by the same companies at Viacom, or like the same parent companies. I think they just moved things over. Hey, Nintendo shows, give us your data for reasons. We tried this how many times now? Exactly, yes. We tried how many times now? Well, going back to 2018. Remember this announcement? Showtime, Amblivision, 343 Industries bring Halo to television. This was in 2018 when they first talked about it. We don't know dick about this. We know nothing about this at all. They really did not do Halo for TV. You think so? You think they don't need? Well, okay. How about Twisted Metal? Huh? How about Twisted Metal on TV? Let's see. You gonna change your tune now? You gonna change your tune now? Oh man. So yeah, they're gonna be making with the writers from Deadpool and Zombieland. So they're going for an action comedy type of approach. It's just death race with better characters. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Now that's a series. Fuck yeah. So they said that it is going to be a series. They are going to include, there's going to be, what was the story? They had a story here. Let's see. The show here. The show is about a motor-mouthed outsider who is offered a chance at a better life, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland with the help of a trigger-happy car thief. He'll face savage marauders driving vehicles of destruction and other dangers of the open road, including a deranged clown named who drives an all too familiar ice cream truck, whom fans of the game will know as Sweet Tooth. So there's a story. I know. Is it not just a bunch of cars getting in the ring and just going ham? Sick. Absolutely sick. What? Am I being too loud? I'm good. It sounds like a rat recap. A what? A rat race. Yeah. So the plot the rat race. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So that's coming soon. Right, we're good with that, right? I mean, Halo, maybe for some folks, sure. Okay, I get it. I'll watch it. Right? If they go like the Expanse route, like kind of gritty, kind of dark and everything, I'll go for it. But if they go too cartoony and just too, then I probably won't go for it. I need it to be gritty and dirty and nasty. And I need Chief to have his voice. Although it's probably not gonna be Chief. It's gonna be like an alternate storyline or something like that. I think actually they said that it's probably. I've heard that it's actually not gonna follow even this like in the same universe or something like that. It's just like another like off universe story, which, you know, gritty like WoW. The exact opposite of grits. Well, we did get another teaser alluding to. Looks like Henry Cavill is teasing a Mass Effect adaptation. Did you guys see this? So on Instagram, he posted a picture of him in let me go zoop. In hair and makeup. Don't know what they're dressing him up as or anything like that. And he has this in the shot. So there exists a number of tools that will basically unfuck things, really. And somebody was able to squeeze out of this a number of keywords, such as, well, I don't see it here, but, here it is. Reaper, Cerberus, Talizora, and Geth. And what they did was they found that it came from a wiki, the Mass Effect wiki, where it was a copy paste of some text from there. So it's not a script. It's technically just a wiki printout. There's a lot that we can try to like pull from this. This could be, he's going to be the voice of some character, right? This could be, I mean, he's in hair and makeup. So this could be a live action series of some sort where he is playing something else. You say his makeup, that makeup is kind of like the Witcher stuff. It is. So he could be that too. It could be a lot of stuff. It could be he's the voice of Talizora. It's true. People are trying really hard to read into this. There's nothing to read. I would love for there to be, no, seriously, I would love for there to be a Mass Effect like series or something. There's so many stories that can very easily become like live action type shit. The question is like, who do they cast to be these people? Especially if they stay in the same, which they won't. It'll be like Halo, where there's like a separate unit or something like that. But like, who would they cast for? I mean, let's assume that Henry Cavill is going to be Shepard, right? I mean, Miranda Lawson's a real actress. Keith David is a real person. Captain Anderson, Keith David. So like, these are real people they base these faces off of. Sure, not all voice actors are actors, but Miranda Lawson's voice actress is a very, very talented actress, like film actress. So like, I don't know if she'll work as Miranda, if Miranda's gonna come back, but I'm just saying, like, you know, they could pull some of these characters in. The news reporter from IGN or something that got punched in the face. That's right. What was her name? She didn't get punched in the face. Showbot. Yeah, sure. Do we need someone now who has an engineer from birth to be perfect for Miranda though? Who would that be? Let's not go there. I mean, you know, there's Martin Sheen, the elusive man, but I think he's probably a little too old now. But I mean, he's the voice of the elusive man, and he does it well. And the elusive man is like, I mean, if he's reading about Cerberus, like that's the elusive man. Get Charlie then. Get Charlie Sheen instead. I think if you're trying to go for a more I don't know, actually, you know what? I mean, either Emilio Estevez or Charlie Sheen would work well. Emilio Estevez actually looks like Martin Sheen. I don't know if I would trust Charlie Sheen though. Put the elusive man into some really dark rooms and just don't show his face of anything of the figure face. They probably do that. Yeah, probably do that. Freddie Prinze Jr., who's one of the companions. He was one of the companions in the third movie, actually. Yeah. So I mean, I'm obviously super biased. I'm a fan. I'm a super fan, right? I mean, like, I mean, within arm's reach, you know. Fat material right here. It's the art of Mass Effect. Yeah. So, you know, oh, that means nothing. I'm a super follower. So I am we don't know anything about this. I would love to speculate about it. I would love to like make a list of like all the characters I'd like to see brought to life. But I am certain if anything happens with the Mass Effect universe in terms of bringing them to live action, it's going to be a new set of characters, not necessarily like the new characters, right? Not new, like, you know, actors, you know, playing the old characters, like new actual characters, and brought in to maybe tell some of the stories that we see in the game. I mean, think of all the side missions that you do in Mass Effect, the game, right? All the side missions that you do, like, think about any procedural, right? Any procedural, like procedurals, like a show that has like a kind of like has an overarching like story, but there's like these mini stories that happen within each one, like House. Like House has like an overarching story, but there's always something he's trying to solve in each episode. So in Mass Effect, the game could be translated pretty well in terms of like how that works with all the different side missions and shit. It wouldn't necessarily have to be Mass Effect the game, the show, though, if that makes any sense. There's just a lot of lore there to really explore. A lot. So anyways, I could talk about this all day. It's a Mass Effect TV show. All scenes are shot twice for male and female. I saw that. Did you tweet that at me? All scenes are shot twice for male and female. Shep, and it's the watcher's choice which they see. That would be some next level TV shit for reals. Yeah. Expanded universe stuff. There's plenty of universe to explore. The first I want to see a Reaper on TV, dude. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Reaper on TV. I want to see a Krogan on TV. This is a CG heavy movie, guys. The worst part, here's the worst part, is that the human characters in all of the games are always the most boring, right? But they're the cheapest to recreate on live action. So it's probably gonna be Shepard and Miranda and I don't know, maybe Jack or something, right? Oh god, we're not gonna get any Rex, we're not gonna get any Garrus, because they can't CG them constantly. It's too much money. Every episode starts and ends in an elevator. Dude, I love it. Krogan is not gonna be good looking without CG. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it has to be CG. The whole fucking mouth, dude. The mouth is like this big. It starts here and it goes all the way around. It's all fucking teeth. I would love to see Garrett. I would love to see just so many of these characters I would just love to see. Did you ever watch that weird Mass Effect 3D anime? I did not, actually. Is it canon? I will. If it's canon, I will watch it. Let's see. Oh, did you guys know that Blizzard had a thing last week? Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, they had a BlizzCon, I think it was called. Nope. So Blizzard had BlizzCon online, and their armor sprinkles. Oh man, I didn't grab that link. Shit. Ah, damn it. Okay. Somebody grab me those links. It was so yes. They hold it. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. I'll fill in. So BlizzConline happened. They accidentally released the press release the morning of. And so everybody pretty much knew what was going to be announced for the most part. Obviously there's a lot of discussions and details and everything there, right? That they want to go into more thoroughly. But for the most part, you pretty much knew what you were going to get. And some of those things are retail is getting a major content patch for Shadowlands. This is the first content patch they're getting for Shadowlands, actually. And Classic is going to get Burning Crusade, and they're going to handle it the same way they did with Vanilla, where they're going to gate the content. So it's not going to just drop Burning Crusade and then boom, you have like all of the raids and everything at once. It's going to be gated, so you're going to get in, and you can progress. The server's going to progress, and then they're going to move on, so on and so forth. So there are a couple of good WoW announcements there for folks who play both retail, either retail or classic, or I guess, and if you play both of them. Does anybody actually play both? Any of you guys actually play both retail and classic? Like, consistently? Like, equal time? Equal in both? I wonder. Such a weird beer. You don't even play one. Well, I can't help you then, bud. Darnell's Prophecy. Oh, here we go. That's a lot of time investment. He says, as all of us spend 100 hours in the past 2 days in Valheim. That's a lot of time investment. Who wants to put all that time into WoW? Darnell's Prophecy. Oh boy, yes, I'm gonna keep this open here. Hold on a second. I know we're getting in a minute, but let me go and open this up and pause it. All right. So and then where are you at with that link? What else is they announced? I'm sorry, stalling right now. Forget that link. Let me see. Can't imagine keeping up with both. Armor sprinkles. So check this out. So Rob brought to my attention yesterday, whatever it was. So this was also mentioned.
Achievement mounts.
Oh, hella quiet.
Achievement mounts, as well as our new vicious mounts. In this case, the vicious mount is the Gorm. The Gorm was already pretty vicious, so slapping a couple of pieces of armor on that and sending them out into combat was a natural thing for the forces of the Alliance and Horde to do. All right, let's take a second to recap everything coming at you.
So, specifically, what was that?
It was a natural thing for the and sending them out into combat. So slapping a couple of pieces of armor on that and sending them out into combat was a natural thing for the forces of the Alliance and Horde to do.
What you are looking at here is the 25-man Obsidian Sanctum 3 Drake Twilight Purple Dragon. And then we take that purple dragon and we sprinkle some armor on him. Now your boy Darnell been doing some digging, and I came across some future season mounts and I figured I'd share them with y'all. Broomstick? Hell no, Hyphy Gladiator's reinforced broomstick. Oh, you looking for a log? No problem. Ludicrous Gladiator's armored riding log, yeah. And if you don't like that, we can swap it right out with some spiky asparagus.
Darnell the Prophet. Man is ahead of his time. The confidence and delivery of each mount name is A+. That's right. Spicy asparagus. It really does look like that, though. Thank you, Martha and Ra, for those links. That is, yes, I totally missed that. I'm sure somebody tweeted Darnell about it. He probably didn't get back. What a jerk. Guy's so bad at social media. Some Simpsons level future telling right there. There's a Blizz Blues episode on that. Oh shit. So we did get a Diablo II remaster announcement, which you know I thought was pretty dope. I think some of the stuff they're doing here is actually pretty cool. Let me go play. I have as a B-roll here. I'm gonna play that for you guys. Oh, sorry. I'll play that in a second. You guys just hold on. Technical difficulties. There we go. Oh Some of you guys might recognize the other tune I just accidentally played. So yeah, this is the remaster. They said that they actually had a lot of the original assets, so there wasn't a whole lot they had to necessarily remake. But the game is going to be able to toggle between the classic and the new, and you can see right here. I think it looks great. Like, again, like Warcraft 3 Reforged or whatever, like that really didn't work out. Like, that was very poorly done. This one was done. This remaster is being done by I think, is it Vicarious Minds? Is that what it was? So it's being handled by somebody who refucked. Yeah. The toggle sold me. Yeah. So the option is there for you to go back and forth. I think aesthetically it's great either way. You know, it's funny looking at looking at the original graphics. I remember the 2 frames per second that I would get from, I played, I think, Diablo 1 because I was into Warcraft and Warcraft 2 at the time. And so I remember, I think I got like a borrowed copy of Diablo, and I remember it ran like shit. Or maybe it was Diablo 2, and it ran like garbage on my Vicarious Visions. Thank you so much. It's now part of Blizzard. That's right, exactly. Well, Activision moved them over, but yeah. The music's there. I mean, Shizzle said it best. Diablo 2 music goes with anything. It's so good. It's so good. With some high value frames, exactly. So they did announce that is coming out, and it is going to be $39.99 for the regular version and $59.99 for the Primeval Collection. Honestly, I may actually get this. I played a lot of Diablo. I played a lot of Diablo 3. I played a lot of Diablo 3 on multiple platforms, and I loved it on both of them. I would probably pick this up just to check it out at least. So, sorry guys. Although they did say that there's not going to be any couch co-op or anything like that. So, and they also make some changes to inventory, so you don't have to rely on mules and whatnot. Previously, if I recall correctly, the way that you would actually move items between characters, when you had to give your items to another person and then log in with your second character and then get the items from that person. Is that correct? Is that correct, guys? I didn't play the game. I couldn't play the game. But I believe that there was a system there where you had to involve a third party in order to move stuff over. But now they have a shared stash. Exactly. They had a shared stash, so that way you don't have to worry about trusting your shit to some random person. And keep in mind, like, this is before, like, oh yeah, let me play you up on, give me your Battlenet ID or whatever. Like, this is before all that. Like, you had to find somebody that played the game and that you could trust, which in 1994 or whatever the fuck, 95, that was pretty hard to come by because not everybody played. Like, the games weren't like that big back then. Hell, Dynamite News. Oh, we're almost done. Nah, actually, well, kind of. The trading of just dropping items. Jeez, yeah. Simply speaking. For this, maybe it'll be $0 out of my pocket because my WoW gold making. There you go. Join a public game and find a nice hidden place to drop loot quick and then lose it. Exactly. I'm sure there's probably plenty of people who have like come across loot. They're like just sitting on the ground. So I'm just gonna pick that up. I was gonna pick that up, take it with me. So have you guys heard about the Metallica thing? So Metallica played. You play for BlizzCon. BlizzCon always has somebody playing, and they have Metallica playing. And on Twitch, I guess Twitch was like, we might get DMCA'd for this. So they had to very quickly replace the music. So I'll play this. I might have to mute the first part here for the same reason. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Let me lower this a little bit. You guys can see it. So they're getting started with the jam here, right? Whoa, and then the music will fade out. For reals, I had this song stuck in my head that I had that song stuck in my head for so long after this. For so long. There's another clip too, basically the same thing. Just amazing. Sounded so awful. It definitely I love chat. Look at chat just going off. The best part of this is chat going off. So the irony of this, and I said the irony's not lost on me, dude. The irony of this, for those who don't know, which is possible, it was a long time ago. Very possible you don't know or you're not aware of this, but back in 2001, or 2000, Napster was a big deal. Napster was the first huge global peer-to-peer trading network, music sharing network. The first. If you're younger, you probably remember LimeWire, Kazaa, or something like that. Napster was number one. Yeah, Julian says I was 5, exactly. So you probably weren't downloading Metallica songs. So you dodged a ban. That's what you did. You dodged a ban. So Napster was sued by Metallica directly. They were the first artist to sue them. And Lars Ulrich is a very, very vocal person, okay, in general. And they took him to court, basically arguing that they're providing a platform that allows people to steal. Basically, they're stealing their music. You said Metallica indirectly gave us Facebook. Yeah, the fine that Napster had to pay was in the term of, what is it? It was like $90 million, $94 million. Yeah, $94 million is how much they had to pay, because of this suit and others. It actually ended up bankrupting Napster. But check this out: the $94 million was blocked by Judge Peter Walsh, who ruled that the deal was tainted because Napster Chief Executive Officer Conrad Hilbers, a former Bertelsmann executive, had one foot in the Napster camp and one foot in the Bertelsmann camp. So he was basically going to just give money to himself. Napster was forced. They instead forced him to file for Chapter 7 and liquidate its assets. So Metallica killed Napster. This set a huge precedent because after Metallica went after Napster, then Dr. Dre went after Napster, and then all these other artists are going after Napster. Then the RIAA went after Napster. It's because everyone's just like, "Whoa, we could sue these guys? Absolutely, yes, we should, because they're taking our money or whatever." And so Napster goes away. Many, many, many laws built off of this and other things, right? When you talk about, DMCA and the current state of this, like, this is where it came from. When you talk about when Apple first launched that they were selling music for 99 cents a song, that was a big deal, because prior to that, everybody was scouring the internet looking for different ways to download music, and Apple came out with iTunes and said, "We'll just pay us $1 a song, and then that's it." And that was a way for Apple. So Apple got in a little bit of trouble too. They had some lawsuits as well, but it turned out that the music industry started making money, and they were like, "Well, maybe we'll just let it go." So iTunes made Apple. Yes, iTunes absolutely made Apple. That was a huge, huge benefit to Apple there. Prior to that, you were like going through Audio Galaxy 3000 or something. You were going through like random sites and forums. You were going through mp3.com and Ampcast and all these other, like Kazaa and LimeWire. You go through all these other sites just trying to find music somehow. Shoutcast, like anywhere you could go to find music. That's where you had to go through all these crazy things to do it. And then iTunes launched $1 song. Now we're monetizing music. Spotify launches. Now you can pay and listen to ads, and we'll pay the artists. So all of this because of fucking Lars Ulrich. And if you want to know, like, just how much this wasn't like, some artist goes to court against some company, maybe if you're following it, you'll follow it. Like, this was part of their who the band was at the time. Right now, if you search YouTube for Lars Ulrich Napster interview, you could see all the stuff that Lars did years. Like this is 2000. He's doing an interview here in 2000 talking about Napster. This is like probably 2010 or 12 or something like that, doing an interview talking about Napster. It's just became a part. He did a skit here with, I think, yeah, this is on like MTV Music Awards or something like that, where we had, I think this is Marlon Wayans, I think, or Sean Wayne, I can't remember which Wayne's brother it is, but like he comes in and look.
Holy crap! Do you know who you are? You're freaking Lars Ulrich from Metallica. I love everything you do. Well, except for that bad show you hosted.
You know what? Maybe I wouldn't have to whore myself out if you kids didn't steal my music.
Whoa. We're not stealing, okay? We're just sharing with each other, you know?
So it's like if I take this soda can right here, take a sip out of it.
Oh, my God. I'm sharing my soda with Lars Ulrich.
And you know what? I'm just sharing 10 years of groupies with you, frat boy.
That's so fucking dumb. But look at the stickers. Look at, like, they made a spectacle of this. They made a spectacle. Look, they got all they got them all coming in and trashing the place, putting Napster stickers everywhere. Like, that's what I'm talking about. This is a great shot. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this was their part of their culture, who they were. It's part of their legacy. Was this all the interviews, everything? So for them to get shit on like this is just so fucking fantastic. So fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. But I do believe Napster was a potential problem. Sure. I believe Napster was a problem, for sure. I think there was ways they probably could have worked around that. But the ways that developed since then have been shit. So the Napster dude, he presented wearing a Metallica shirt, saying he borrowed it as a shot back at Lars. The whole thing, again, it was part of who they were. Also, don't make views not as formed as views. No, I get it. Like, but there's better ways to do it. Like, there's got to be another option. But you know, like, it's just what came from it. Once Lars got involved, then other artists started getting involved. Like, if it was just the RIAA or something, it probably wouldn't have been part of Metallica's legacy, right? But because it was them and they were the ones who, and anybody who was old enough to remember, I hate saying that, right? But anyone who was old enough to remember, sorry, Julian, you knew that was part of their thing. Yeah, Napster Metallica. Just absolutely just gold. Love it. So karma will eventually come around and get you. Maybe a few years, a couple decades, something like that. Valheim sold not one, not two, not three, but 4 million copies. There's probably still more. Like, they're probably hitting that 5 million probably pretty quick. Valheim is just killing it right now. Look at this past weekend, we hit 500,000 concurrent players. This puts Valheim in the top 5 most played games in the history of Steam. The history of Steam. And now Apple knows. Totally worth it. Yeah, totally worth it. It is definitely a fantastic game for sure. Like, there's so much to love about it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's cool. But for people who it is for, it is a gem. It is absolute diamond in the rough. Just, yeah. 4 million Viking. It was released on January 18th, I think, or something like that. And it got, it got some popularity and whatnot. And then, let me see, they hit the 1 million on February 10th. So in just a little over a month, they were hitting 4 million. Fucking crazy. Playing Valheim right now. Yeah, I mean, let me pull my Steam list. Let me see. Steam, how many people are playing? See, there's 12 people playing right now. 100 people have played it recently in my friends list. This is just in my friends list. I have 500 people on my friends list. 20% of them have played the game recently. 29 people have it on their friends list. Is that crazy? Is it even that rough? The game itself? No, it's actually pretty well polished for early access title. I would be, but I'm working. Playing right now, jumping in my house for skill gains. There you go. Yeah, so the game is doing just so wonderfully. They do have a list out of some of the things they want to tackle, and it's it's looking like stuff that we would expect to see coming soon. The biggest thing for it right now is in terms of like the biggest thing to pay attention to right now is the modding community. The modding community for Valheim is exploding. I would say it kind of really started to pick up about a week ago or so, and now it's like mods every single day, like multiple mods. Like by multiple, probably like 10 to 15 mods, like little mods, little things here and there, but still, it's been the modding community is taking off with it, and I expect they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. How long until Space Valheim comes along and kills it like Among Us killed Fall Guys? I don't know. I would not mind. Like if you liken Valheim to Terraria, which some folks have, which I get that for sure. I would like to see a Starbound then. That's what I want to see. Rust, Daisy, Ark, Refugees. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and if you've played any kind of survival, like city builder or just survival period, it's really good. Like half of the damn content that I'm putting out on YouTube right now is Valheim related, and I have more. It's not stopping there. I have more. So a better space engineers, it's a better medieval engineers for sure. That we could say for sure. Space engineers is different because you could fly between planets and all that stuff. In terms of like building jankiness, yeah, like because medieval engineers had structural integrity, and so does Valheim, but Valheim just does it better. It just feels good. There's no moving parts in Valheim though. Like there's doors and such, but otherwise there's no like pistons or catapults or anything like that you could build. But with the amount of money they're making, we might be able to see it soon. Although I have seen people make catapults on r/Valheim. Those guys are crazy. r/Valheim is hilarious. Also, but don't go there if you are like proud of anything that you've built. Like if you build something in Valheim and you're like, and you're proud and you're like shedding a tear over something you built, don't go to r/Valheim, okay? Don't do it, please. And don't look at anything that Co-Carnage has built, okay? Do yourself a solid. Does it have structural stuff? Seems like it doesn't. It does. Yeah. If you put like a post and a post and a post, that third one will probably fall right off. So they do have like structural like weight integrity in terms of that. Yeah. You have to support your buildings basically. Just sprinkle some armor on it. So lastly, for the first time in 36 years. For the first time in 36 years, Fry's has a functioning website. They're closing! After nearly 36 years of business as one of the top one-stop shop online resource for high-tech professionals across 9 states and 31 stores, Fry's Electronics has made the difficult decision to shut down its operations and close its business permanently as a result of changes to the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Fry's is done. Absolutely done. If you know what's Fry's? Like a Micro Center, right? Like a Best Buy, but just for just like a Best Buy. Actually, yeah, there you go. It's like it's better than a Best Buy though. That's the thing. Fry's at its peak was amazing. The service always sucked. But if you take Micro Center and Best Buy and put them together, that was Fry's. Like Fry's did have, you could buy a bed over here and a washing machine, and then you could buy a graphics card and some RAM, and then you could buy like some like components for your soldering setup or whatever. Like you could buy a little bit of everything at Fry's. I used to take Declan to Fry's. Actually, if we go back in time a little bit, some of these old tweets that I got here, I used to document Fry's downfall. It says, we're just waiting for a holiday shipment any day now. This was November 17th, 2019. And you see, this is what their shelves look like. This is 2019. Okay. Empty. And this was, I didn't just like pick, these are two different aisles. Okay. I didn't just pick an aisle, right? Like their aisles look like this. If we go back even further, here we go. Here's 2018 that I tweeted about it. So here's their Fry's video card section. And it looked like this, basically. Like they sold other stuff. Like there was still stuff there, but this is 2018. They had like nothing. You had to scoop this entire time. I knew they were going to close. That's why I used to take Declan there all the time. Declan and I would go every weekend. You know that? We would make it a weekend thing because I knew that they weren't going to last. We would buy like an amiibo or something like that, or we'd buy like maybe a little Lego thing or something like that, or a car for Declan. But I would always go with Declan so that way he can experience what Fry's was, you know, because there's no stores like, we don't have a Micro Center out here, right? So there's no stores like it out here anymore. We have Best Buy. Fuck, that's it. I think Best Buy is like the last big box store, really. The magic of retail, exactly. To experience Fry's, experience the last of the brick and mortar, exactly. Brick and mortar is going away. Speaking of going away, show's over. Thank you so much for watching, chat. You guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Chat, my backup therapist. You guys are awesome. My name is Mike B, aka Fony. Follow me, aka Mike B, or aka Mike B Photo for the nudes. And I'm gonna see you guys later. Chat, hang out for a minute. Yeah. Can we talk about VTubers and titties again? Yes, YouTube's gone. We could do that. Let's do it.